Millions of people are dreaming of building a trendy shipping container home, completely unaware that their new living room is likely soaked in highly toxic lead paint and military-grade pesticides. Welcome back, guys. I am so incredibly pumped you're here today because we are going to look at something you see every single day but probably never actually think about. We always hear that we live in a digital world. We think the internet connects us. But the absolute truth? As of 2024, the global economy is literally bolted together by 40-foot corrugated steel boxes. Today, we aren't just looking at boring supply chains. We are going to follow a single shipping container, let's call her Box 892, on a chaotic, bizarre, and sometimes highly illegal journey around the entire planet. The hidden choreography of this one box is what makes the modern world possible. From autonomous ghost ports shooting lasers to modern-day pirates to billion-dollar traffic jams, the life of a container is a hardcore action movie happening right under our noses. So, buckle up, because by the time we are done, you will never look at a cargo ship the same way again. Let's dive right into the madness. What happens when Box 892 falls off? In 2022, the World Shipping Council reported over 600 containers were lost at sea. It creates bizarre events. Remember the infamous 1992 spill? 28,000 rubber ducks escaped a crushed container, floating across the oceans and mapping complex global ocean currents for several decades. But why a standard box? Before 1956, loading ships was an agonizing nightmare of loose barrels and sacks. Then, Malcolm McLean invented the intermodal container. His very first voyage, the Ideal X, slashed loading costs from almost $6 a ton to just 16 cents. It completely changed the modern economy. Fast forward to a 2018 Maersk technology upgrade. Box 892 is a reefer, a refrigerated container. But it doesn't just blast cold air. To transport 100,000 bananas, the box acts as a chemical sleeping chamber, pumping precisely controlled ethylene gas to suspend the delicate fruit's ripening process for several long weeks. Now, stack that box on a megaship. In 2023, the MSC Arena hit the water carrying a record-shattering 24,346 containers. That is enough capacity to hold roughly 140 million pairs of sneakers. If you line those specific boxes up end to end, they would stretch over 90 miles long. It is absolutely unbelievable. When our ship finally arrives, it docks at a ghost port. In 2017, the Qingdao fully automated terminal opened in China. There are 0 human floor workers. Instead, an army of AI-driven, laser-guided robots grab Box 892 in the dead of night, increasing efficiency globally by well over 30%. But our container faces immense geographical hurdles. During the brutal 2023 drought, the Panama Canal choked. Every single ship transit requires a staggering 50 million gallons of fresh water to operate the gravity locks. When it doesn't rain, ships pay millions to jump the line, or they wait for weeks. And waiting makes you a sitting duck. In 2020, the International Maritime Bureau recorded 135 crew kidnappings, mostly in the Gulf of Guinea. Modern pirates use speedboats and assault rifles to hijack vessels. To survive, crews retreat to hidden, bulletproof steel citadel, panic rooms deep inside the massive ship's hull. You might wonder how these towering 90-foot stacks of heavy boxes don't immediately topple over when the ship gets violently tossed around in rough ocean storms. The secret is a tiny piece of hardware. In 1959, an engineer named Keith Tantlinger patented the twist lock. This ingeniously simple, fist-sized piece of forged steel seamlessly locks the reinforced corners of the containers together. Without this single, highly unglamorous mechanism, stacking boxes more than 2 high would be a fatal hazard, making the entire modern megaship industry completely impossible. Sometimes, the absolute biggest waste is an empty box. A 2019 Boston Consulting Group study revealed the industry spends $20 billion a year doing absolutely nothing but repositioning empty containers. Because America imports way more than it exports, millions of boxes sail back to Asia, carrying literally just air. Inside a sealed box crossing the equator, temperatures fluctuate wildly. In 2019, packaging engineers tackled the bizarre phenomenon of container rain. Moisture inside the box vaporizes, hits the cold steel ceiling, and actually rains down onto the cargo, completely destroying electronics, unless massive desiccant moisture blankets are very carefully installed. Everything relies on a fragile rhythm. In March 2021, the Ever Given famously wedged sideways in the Suez Canal. That single incident held up $9.6 billion of trade every single day. It caused a global butterfly effect, creating massive shortages of everything from delicate microchips to standard garden gnomes. The bottom of the ship carrying our box is a biological Trojan horse. A massive 2014 marine biology study found that millions of invasive crabs and mussels hitchhike across oceans attached to ship hulls. This biofouling decimates local marine ecosystems, costing fisheries billions of dollars globally in severe ecological damage. What happens when Box 892 retires? The shipping container architecture trend absolutely exploded around 2012. People started building trendy cafes and tiny homes. But shockingly, many abandoned boxes are soaked in highly toxic lead paints and pesticide-treated wooden floors, requiring thousands of dollars in heavy hazardous chemical remediation to fix. The era of the dumb box is ending. By the end of 2025, companies like Hapag-Lloyd began outfitting their entire fleet with Internet of Things sensors. Our box now transmits its exact GPS location, internal temperature, and shock impact data right through towering stacks of solid steel via orbiting satellite relays. Geography dictates destiny in logistics. According to 2016 global trade data, 25% of all globally traded goods squeeze through the Strait of Malacca. It is an insane natural choke point. If a ship breaks down in this narrow 1.5-mile gap, it could theoretically cripple a quarter of world commerce. Drug cartels use a genius tactic called rip-on, rip-off. A 2021 Europol intelligence report detailed how smugglers break into legitimate fruit containers, stash duffel bags of cocaine inside, and then reseal the doors using perfect 3D printed clone locks. The legitimate companies have absolutely no idea they are unknowingly moving narcotics. Moving Box 892 requires a terrifying amount of dirty fuel. But under the strict 2020 IMO sulfur regulations, ships are drastically changing. We are now seeing the return of wind power. Next-generation cargo ships are being retrofitted with massive spinning mechanical rotor sails to harness ocean winds and cut emissions. The container's journey doesn't end at the dock. In 2014, the longest continuous rail freight route on Earth opened, connecting Yiwu, China directly to Madrid, Spain. Box 892 can now ride a train over 8,000 miles across the freezing Siberian tundra, bridging two distinct continents in just exactly 21 days. Eventually, the megaship hauling these boxes dies. Data from the 2022 NGO shipbreaking platform shows hundreds of end-of-life vessels are driven at full speed directly onto the beaches of Along, India. There, thousands of workers manually dismantle the colossal steel leviathans piece by piece using only primitive, handheld blowtorches. And lifting that box off the ship requires elite skill. During the 2023 West Coast Port Union negotiations, it was revealed that top crane operators pull in six-figure salaries. They are the snipers of logistics, dropping a 30-ton box swinging on cables into a 2-inch target from 150 feet above. So, what does all of this incredible, mind-blowing chaos actually mean for you and me? Think about it. The next time you click Buy Now on a brand new pair of shoes or pick up a perfectly ripe banana at the grocery store, I want you to remember the epic, invisible journey of Box 892. We are obsessed with the cloud, with wireless data, and with digital instant gratification, but the beautiful, undeniable truth is that our entire modern existence relies on heavy, rusting steel, massive diesel engines, and the sweaty, dangerous labor of millions of people working out of sight. In a 2024 logistics review, economists noted that without the standardized shipping container, globalization simply would not exist. The price of literally everything in your room right now would skyrocket, making everyday goods completely unaffordable, luxury items. This simple 40-foot box defeated geography. It conquered the oceans, survived modern-day pirates, endured artificial monsoons, and navigated the laser grids of autonomous ghost ports just to bring you your favorite things. It is the ultimate unsung hero of human ingenuity. Logistics isn't just a boring spreadsheet of shipping routes, it is the physical heartbeat of our entire planet. It is a living, breathing machine full of drama, danger, and constant innovation. I hope this journey changed the way you see the world. If you learned something new today and enjoyed riding along with Box 892, please smash that like button, leave a comment below about your favorite fact, and subscribe for more wild deep dives. Stay curious, guys, and I will see you in the next one.